What's up, fam? What's up, fam? Ich habe ja gerade angefangen, was zu gucken. Das kann ich euch auf gar keinen Fall vorenthalten. Checkt das mal aus, Leute. Es geht um diesen ekelhaften, ihr wisst schon. Ihr wisst schon. Warte mal. Das macht er natürlich wieder super Faxen. Das ist so ekelhaft, ey. Mir fehlen die Worte. Aber eigentlich auch nicht so wirklich, weil das ist alles so klar. Zieh dir das mal rein, Bruder. Und Schwester. Ich bin noch nicht mal 1,5 Minuten drin und dachte mir, nee, das muss ich mit der Fam.
Otama was at a freak-off party with Diddy per testimony from the witnesses today. What would you say to that? You'd be all, no way, dude. Impossible. Not impossible. That is what they testified to. And there's a twist to it, too, okay? Because it's absolutely true. It's going to blow your mind when I tell you about it, okay? So we're going to talk about that. We also have, I don't even know. We got so much stuff to talk about. Diddy supposedly extorted money from what's-her-name's family. You know, and honestly, I'm going to be honest. The reason my smirk is like this is because I'm excited to talk about this today, okay? I've been talking about this a lot, but I'm excited to talk about this particular because Diddy got wired $20,000 from Cassie's parents. I don't think I disagree with his logic of why they had to pay her, okay? Cassie was a cheater, man. Like, she was a cheater. And if you guys didn't hear, okay, they played...
Ich habe das letztens auch schon, ich glaube auf TikTok oder irgendwo besprochen, dass diese Cassie, die hat das so faustdick hinter den Ohren. Die spielt hier so krass das Opfer und alles. Dabei hat die Frau wirklich die allerekelhaftesten Sachen die ganze Zeit mitgemacht. Und sie hätte das nicht mitmachen müssen. Hört euch das mal an.
Audio of Cassie threatening to kill a person 4 times in a recording. I don't know if you guys heard about that. But Cassie as like oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. Diddy's forcing me to do this. La 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 la. It's like, bro, this girl was not at all the innocent bystander that they are painting her out to be. Now, it doesn't matter. I mean, if we're, she's a girl. He hit her. He dragged her down the hall. He forced her supposedly to like participate in this, in freak-offs after he had dragged her down the hall. But guess what, dude? You want to know what else she did? Or what else he did? He supposedly raped her after a nice romantic night that they had together. And then she met up with him again like 2 weeks later, and they, they did it again, except this time it was consensual. But there is a lot more to that story because I'm telling you, I heard from people who were in the courtroom that when the jury heard that part of the story, they were like, oh my God, they're watching her during the, prosecution, questioning her. They're like, and then he raped her, and they were like, unbelievable. And you could see on their faces, apparently, that they were like, this guy is pure scum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, am I making light of someone getting raped? No, only when I don't believe them. Okay. So they're like, he's scum. He is scum.
Absolute.
And then when they heard the full part of that, that night, on cross, it was like, wait a minute. You texted him this after he supposedly raped you? And it's like, yeah. And it's like, oh, and you were together with your current husband when that happened? Yes. It's like, okay. And then, so what happened after that? So, well, I met up with him again. And then we did it again.
Oh, Gott.
So, I don't know, I got
great... Das nimmt jetzt nichts von Diddy weg. Diddy ist trotzdem das größte Schwein in meinen Augen, was es gibt, ne? Aber Madame Unschuldig hier. Madame Unschuldig. Die ist gar nicht so unschuldig.
And then I just decided to, hit repeat. And the second time when I was with him, my current husband kept FaceTiming me, and I was declining the calls while I was together with Diddy. I was declining calls. I was like, no, I don't want to talk to him because I am so excited to sleep with Diddy. She's a bad girl, dude. Bottom line, guys, she's a bad girl. Okay?
Dirty.
She's a bad girl. Now, did she become a bad girl after years of abuse from Diddy? Probably. Probably. But she cheated on him all the time, okay? Like, all the time. And she's threatening to kill people. Right? Like, it makes me like her more. She's like a gangster, dude. She took $10 million from the Intercontinental. Did you guys hear about that?
What?
Okay. She got a $10 million settlement from the Intercontinental and $20 million from Diddy. Okay? She was living at her parents' house, guys, and she pulled off that 10 million from the Intercontinental, 20 million from Diddy, and now she's in court just like, yep. Oh, jeez, he did grape me. Then I went and met him. Also, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not saying that Diddy's not guilty at all.
Nah.
I just am, my respect for Cassie as like,
Null.
kind of like a gangster in this whole thing is just building and building,
Null.
This whole story is so ridiculous. I just can't even, what am I trying to say here, okay? Diddy is a bad person, okay? So whatever befalls him in this case, I don't care, okay? Like, I don't care. I don't care. If every single person who's ever done business with him has bad things to say about him and said that he's a violent psycho and he has, he finds these innocent girls and it has escorts urinate in their mouth and he beats them on video, beats them on this, whatever. I'm like, even if I think that there is a narrative where he's, could probably beat the case, I'm still like, yeah, I don't care if he goes to jail. So I can almost just laugh at this, like this whole thing as we get into the details. So we're going to talk about that. You're like, wait, did you start off with Barack Obama and then you just talked for 5 minutes? Can you tell us about Barack Obama? Yes, I will tell you. I will start off with that story, as a matter of fact, just because I love you guys. All right. And then we're going to get into some really crazy stuff about an
Digga, es kommen Zeugen bei Puff Daddy in diese ganze Sache im Gerichtssaal rein und sagen aus, dass der former American president named Barack Obama bei den Freak-Offs dabei war. Digga, halt dich fest.
And his wild nights with Cassie and Diddy, because his name is The Punisher. Oh my God, this case is priceless, dude. Okay? Priceless. Right? Now, before I tell you about Barack Obama, what I want you to do is go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, tell your friends, and then keep coming back for more stories. Because today, this is the single greatest day of topics I've ever had. Okay,
Fair use. Jesse on fire, ne? Quelle. Dude ist richtig cool, ist eigentlich immer so UFC, MMA und so, aber greift auch ganz viele andere Themen. Und ihr seht ja, wie er drauf ist. Richtig Indigo-Manier. Bruder, der hat auch, trägt sein Herz auf der Zunge.
Diddy video, but I have so many incredible topics today that I don't even know where to start. We've got shift antimatter that's going to blow up the world. I got $21 trillion being spent on underground bases by the elites, all connected. All that stuff's connected. Okay. I got Elon Musk calling out Bill Gates for being with children with Jeffrey Epstein. That's a pretty good one. Talk about a jackpot, and I got many more than that. So, all right. Oh, and I have a crazy, crazy twist to this Palm Springs story, the terror attack, like where they blew up a what do you call it? A fertility clinic. Like, I assumed when the dude blew up the fertility clinic, that was going to be someone who thought it was an abortion clinic by accident and then did it wrong. No, it wasn't. They knew exactly what it was. And the reason they did it is absolutely hilarious. I'm going to show you an online group of the activists that support this guy's ideology. It's absolutely unbelievable. These people are like, humanity's insane. Okay? Now, let's talk about Barack Obama. Let's go. All right, so check this out. Here it is, guys. Here's the big reveal. Okay? Diddy took Obama-shaped ecstasy pills as part of daily drug cocktail. Former assistant testifies. Sean Diddy Combs' ex-personal assistant David James testified Tuesday that the hip-hop star took ecstasy pills shaped like Barack Obama. And then they somehow found a way to drag the current president into this thing like this, dude. Okay, do you even believe this? They're all, yeah, and his favorite hotel was the Trump Hotel, okay? Yeah, I know he has like 1 million videos saying that his number one priority is to get him out of office, but definitely this is true, that his favorite hotel that he always wanted to frequent, that he wanted to give his money to was, it was Trump Tower. Yeah, for sure. This is definitely, don't ask too many questions about this, okay? Yeah, definitely. Make sure you get a headline about that. Let's put Trump's name right next to Diddy's. It's like, all right, I believe it. Hey, I'm sure Barack, look at him. Look at him, dude. Oh, man, I'm sure Barack's going to be really stoked about that, dude.
Bro, welcher Welt leben wir? Was machen wir hier, Bruder? Wo sind wir mittlerweile angekommen? Rest in peace, Rata.
Talk about slitting your own throat when it comes to
Erstmal ein paar Obama schmeißen, sagt er.
your access to the former circles you used to run in. I mean, obviously he already got kicked out of there or he wouldn't be on trial, but like, yeah, that's a wrap for you, dude. Okay?
Bro.
So let's read about this and then we'll get to some of the more juicy stuff, but I just think this is absolutely
Ich schwöre Wahrheit, du hast so reiche Hobbys, sagt er, Alter. Oder so.
hilarious, okay? Sean Diddy Combs' daily drug cocktail included ecstasy pills in the shape of daily ecstasy pills?
Oh my God.
Daily ecstasy pills?
Daily.
Okay, that's insane. In the shape of former President Barack Obama's head, according to the disgraced mogul's former personal assistant. David James, who worked for Combs from 2007 to 2009, returned to the witness stand Tuesday, and there were various pills, but one was in the form of a former president's face. Which president? President Obama.
Wow.
Oh, man. Diddy's drug use and overdose have been part of the federal case against him. Music mogul is facing a string of allegations in his sex trafficking case. It's alleged that Diddy abused and coerced women to fulfill his sexual
Bro,
desires.
ich bin so froh, dass ich es nie bis an die Spitze von so einem ganzen Dreck geschafft habe, ne? So gerne, wie ich früher auch mal eine Ex geparkt habe oder diese anderen Sachen durch die Nase und so, ne? Bro, ich hätte mich so durch die... Bro. God is great. God is good, bro. God is really good. I thank God, man.
Years-long scheme. Dude, I just, like, guys, okay? It's a scheme. It's a scheme for him to fulfill his sexual desires. Is that really, like, it's a scheme? How about he's a billionaire who's a psycho and a scumbag who used his power and influence to, like, get girls to, like, you know, willingly do this, even if they didn't want to. Like, this is the thing, dude. There's a huge difference, okay, between a person not really wanting to do a thing but doing it willingly anyway because there's something they want from that person versus it being some kind of criminal scheme.
Und ganz ehrlich, da haben dann alle beide für mich Schuld, weil derjenige, der mitmacht und mit sich machen lässt, nur weil er sich davon oder sie sich davon Deal verspricht oder mehr Aufmerksamkeit oder die Nummer 1 Frau zu werden unter den ganzen anderen, die Schlange stehen, mit sich Sachen machen lassen. Ich habe da Sachen mitbekommen von sich anpinkeln lassen. Also ich hoffe, hier sind keine unter 18-Jährigen, weil wir haben auch schon 22 Uhr und der Stream ist, ich habe auch extra angekündigt, nichts für Kinder und so, ne? Aber sich von anderen Männern in den Mund urinieren zu lassen oder von anderen Männern die Flüssigkeit, die man ja nun mal produziert, wenn man zum Orgasmus kommt und vielfach, also von 4, 5 verschiedenen diese Flüssigkeit in sich trägt und sich dann selber auf Toilette ausschabt geht und dann hast du so einen kranken Typen wie Diddy, der sagt, ja komm und packt das alles in die Hand und dann reibt es mir auf der Brust und knutscht mich und ich meine, das ist so teufelisch und so ekelhaft dämonisch, dass mir die Worte fehlen. Und da braucht überhaupt keiner hier tun, als ich wurde gezwungen und ich wollte nicht und ich habe das und ich habe das nicht. Ey, ihre erste Aussage war, ich war mit dem Typ, ich habe ihn geliebt und bevor er rausgeht, das mit einer anderen macht, habe ich ihnen jeden Wunsch erfüllt. Als verheiratete Frau, das musst du dir mal reinziehen, Alter. Als verheiratete Frau von einem anderen Mann geht sie zu einem anderen, sozusagen fremden Mann, also für ihren Körper fremd und macht mit denen die ekelhaftesten Sachen. Lässt sich ankacken von... Oh Gott.
Les, believe me, I'm not defending Diddy. He's going down, okay? Like, I'm telling you, like, listening to the trial now, he's going down. He's going down. He's going to get convicted, guys, okay? But nonetheless, I'm just saying, like, in terms of looking at things in a future state, right? You can't just take any time that there's a man and a woman and the man is in a position of power and just go, see, power imbalance, right? It's like, now in his case, obviously there's a lot more to it, but I'm sorry, I'm just in the mood to kind of to take this angle because of all of the cheating from Cassie. Like, Cassie was cheating on him constantly, okay? And the recording of her, like, I will end your life, dude. I will fucking kill you. Do you understand? It won't be me that does it. I'm like, God damn. You know? Like, my instincts of, like, God, I got to protect this girl are kind of like, you know, they're a little bit down. I'm like, man, this girl sounds like she can protect herself, dude. You know? And also, if I'm being totally honest, if I'm being completely transparent. Imagining her with Diddy, with her, boyfriend slash fiance, knowing she's going to dinner with Diddy, and then him calling over and over and over while she doesn't answer his calls, pisses me off enough that I'm kind of like, fuck her, dude. Okay. If I'm being totally honest, I've gone through that before a long time ago, way before I was together with Gabrielle, but I've gone through that before, where you're like, there's no way that she would actually do this. Like, like a dude, that she knows that you're going to be stressing out that she's even anywhere around.
Ey, guck dir mal diese ekelhafte Fresse an, Alter. Jetzt mal ganz ehrlich, ich krieg jetzt hier schon Hasskicks, weil der Typ dieses Bild nicht weitermacht und ich diesen hässlichen Typen sehen muss die ganze Zeit. Ich bin auf Dämonen sowas von überhaupt nicht zu sprechen, egal welche Hautfarbe, ne? Dieser Typ ist für mich das allerletzte, einer der schlimmsten Menschen, von denen ich jemals auf diesem Planeten bis jetzt gehört habe, außer Sachen, die ich gehört habe in Geschichtsbüchern und so. Dieser Typ kommt da echt nah ran und der ist der widerlichste Mensch für mich und ich möchte das bitte zu Protokoll, dass ihr es bitte zur Kenntnis nimmt, dass ich diesen Typ, obwohl man nicht hassen soll, aber den hasse ich. Diesen Typ hasse ich wirklich. Dieser ekelhafte Drecksack, Alter.
There's no way she would be so disrespectful as to just duck your calls and whatever. That happened to me when I was probably like 20. Okay. I'll just tell you that story because this is where this comes from. So my first girlfriend in college,
Bro, we don't want to hear that shit, man.
and then the first girl that you have a relationship with once you're out of, you're into opioids before. Okay. Like I really do not think it is very different, man. Okay. It's less like it's when you're like physically addicted, you can't think about anything else. It's soul crushing. You're laying in your bed and your brain is playing tricks on you. If you're not there, your brain's convincing you that, oh, they must be doing this. You can't sleep. It's like crushing your chest. It feels not very dissimilar. Okay. Not very dissimilar from going through opioid withdrawal. Opioid withdrawal will last you like 3-4 days. That will last you potentially weeks, months, if you don't see them at all. Anytime you see them, it just starts it all over. Just like it would if you started taking opioids again, okay? So, I was together with my first, college girl, right? And after we had been together for, 4 months, something like that, we did everything together, everything. And this one night, she's like, yeah, I'm going to this party at, oh my God, what the fuck is his name, dude? I don't know, whatever. Some dude that I knew she was really good friends with from home. Not a concern to me at all. Like, I knew who he was. He wasn't a concern. But she's like, yeah, I'll call you after. I'm like, okay, cool. So she never calls. And I called her and she never picked up. And I was like, okay, that's weird, But this is before I was jaded. No one had ever cheated on me before. So I was kind of like, all right, that was kind of weird. The next day was her birthday, by the way. So the next day, I go over there. Weird happened the night before. Let me just check the trash can, make sure there's no condoms in it. And there's never a condom in the fucking trash can, right, guys? Like, everybody's always checked it. There's never actually one there. Oh, except for this time, guys. Except for this time. Condom in the fucking trash can, okay?
Oh, God, no.
Not the kind of condoms I use. Also, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because I hadn't been over there in a while. And I'm like... So it turned out that her boyfriend she had been together with when she was home for summer came up to see going through heroin withdrawal. Not that I would know. I've never done heroin. But... the worst thing ever, right? And I fought it off, tried to stay away from her, but we lived so close. I saw her every fucking place that I went. And I was young, dude. So I couldn't withstand it and started hanging out with her again. Okay. So we got back because she's like, I'll never fucking talk to him again. So I just got back together with her right before New Year's Eve. Okay. So she's going to Tahoe. I'm going to Tahoe. We're supposed to meet up. I knew that guy was probably going to be there with a different group of friends. And she fucking ducked my calls the entire time over and over and over. Dude, I was a thermonuclear bomb. Okay. Now, as a result of that night, I ended up keeping her around and stringing her along without getting back together with her for 4 straight fucking years. That incident jaded me into a completely different person, dude. Mm-hmm. Because I met up with her the next night and I just didn't believe her. She's like, no, whatever. I'm like, how on earth would you fucking have dodged me in South Lake Tahoe? So it was the tiny little bit of belief that I had that maybe I could probably trust her again, whatever, was just and thermonuclear bomb underneath it. And that didn't play out very well for her because, at that point, I was like, oh, I don't trust her, so I'm going to do whatever I want. So I would hang out with her Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I would fuck other girls on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. She would always. Once the shoe was on the other foot, suddenly she wants to be together and whatever. And I strung this out for so many years that I actually apologized to her after college because it was like, I was ruthless, man. But I always went back to that, like those two incidents. Like she crushed my soul so hard those two nights that I was like, I don't give a fuck. Okay. I like the trauma of those two nights hurt so much that it literally turned me into a different person. Okay. I checked Gabrielle's shit for fucking 2.5 years. Every single communication that she had for 2.5 years. That's why I trust her so much, is because during the period where like she would have potentially been doing shit, like I had access to, I don't even want to get into it because I'm a fucking psycho, but clean as a whistle, dude. So when I hear about this fucking Cassie, you know, I'm just going to go, you know, with Diddy. And I know this dude, Alex, in love with her, rescued her from whatever. And then she ducked his fucking calls all night while she's with Diddy. Fuck Cassie, okay?
For real.
Like, fuck that selfish fucking bitch. She couldn't have just picked up the fucking phone and at least made him think that everything's okay. She's all, no, I'm too busy sucking Diddy's. You know what I mean? You don't even have the fucking class to pick up the phone so that the guy's not, like, pulling his hair out, smashing his head into the wall. I can't believe he fucking married her after that. To be perfectly honest. Talk about damaged goods, guy. You know what I mean? Jesus, this video went off the rails. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these other stories, because here's another one that I wanted to talk about, because it's like, okay, so here's two things I found out. Okay, so Diddy forced Cassie Ventura's parents to pay him $20,000 over the singer's fling with Kid Cudi. Okay. So it was understood that he was going to need $20,000 to recoup money he had spent on her because he had been angry she had had a relationship with Scott Messedusi, whatever, that's Kid Cudi. He was angry that he had spent the money on her and she had been with another person. Okay. So in that case, and with the trainer, okay, he bought her the trainer. He hired that guy, Alex, who's now her husband. Okay. So they're together, him and her together. And with the Kid Cudi thing, they're together, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll get you Kid Cudi. You guys can work together on a song, you know, whatever." And then she had sex with him, with Kid Cudi. Okay, and then with Alex, she started having sex with Alex also, the personal trainer. Okay, if I'm Diddy, I know like he's a piece of shit that's beating her and she's trying to get away, but it's like you can understand, right? It's like I'm paying for this personal trainer, and then you started a relationship with him. You better give me that money back. At the very least, you can give me that money back. And with the Kid Cudi thing, it's like, yeah, you better give me that money back. I paid for this guy. And you're just like, ooh, fun. Let's whatever. Like, honestly, when I heard about how crazy Diddy was about people talking to Cassie, I was always like, what a lunatic. But it's like, I mean, yeah, he is a lunatic, obviously, and a bad person who should go to jail for all these things. But like, it's not like she did nothing to earn his like concern over her banging other like rappers, you know? Because you know you heard from all these people, don't talk to Cassie. Like Diddy's crazy, he's crazy over her. It's because it's his girl. It had been his girl for 10 years. 10 years.
A sex slave.
10 years. And every time he left her alone with some dude, she's all, hey, you know what a freak off is? You ever heard of what a freak off is? He's like, nah, man, not at all. So let me show you. What are you doing after this session? I could probably sneak away for about 3-4 hours, but I could also just not answer my phone and just tell Diddy that I was, I don't know, like running a marathon in Boston or something. You know what I mean? And then I could run a marathon on your dizzy motherfucker. Okay? She's a cheater. She is guilty also. Okay?
Also, she's complete.
Both of them are bad. To be clear, they're both bad in this case. Diddy, probably worse. But as a person who has dealt with devious ass girls, okay, the fact that she did not answer her fiance's phone calls while she was with Diddy is so telling, dude. Like, that is so fucked up. I would never do that, dude. Okay, to be clear, I would never do that. That is cruel, okay? Dirty. Like, that's cruel. The girl, like, someone I was dating, she knows I'm like with my ex-girlfriend or something. And we're all going to Cabo. Yeah, she's going to be there. And then like she's all, wait, so she's at the house with you? Yeah, but don't worry about it, like don't worry about it. And then she's calling over and over and over, and I always answer my phone, and just this one time it's like sent to voicemail, sent to voicemail, sent to voicemail. I would fucking never do that, dude. Like just read that. He was angry. He had spent money on her, and she had been with another person. Oh my God, no way. No way he was angry. He was angry. It's like, okay,
Weißt
like I
du,
understand.
das,
He's the
worüber
bad
noch
guy.
gar keiner gesprochen hat. Die Cassie, die sitzt ja jetzt da vom Gericht, ne? Und die ist im 8. oder im 9. Monat schwanger, musst du dir mal vorstellen. Sitzt da mit einer riesen Kugel im Gerichtsgebäude. Alle Energien von sämtlichen Dämonen, die da ein- und auslaufen. Und muss da sitzen in ihrer ekligen Haut und so tun, als ob sie so ein Victim ist. Und ja, ich wollte ja nicht, und der böse Diddy und hin und her, und dabei ist sie die größte Drecksau gewesen. Und das Schlimmste ist, dass das Baby im Bauch das alles mitbekommt. Alles, was sie erzählt, alles, was sie durchlebt, ob es ihr jetzt gefallen hat oder nicht, das wird dem Baby wie so eine auf seine Seele, wie eine Leinwand vorgespielt. Das ist das Heftige. Ich meine, keine Ahnung von diesen Frauen, die da hingehen und irgendwas erzählen, sind jetzt gerade schwanger und so, weißt du? Sie sitzt da mit einem Baby in ihrem Bauch und erzählt das alles. Ich frage mich, wie unbewusst die ganzen Leute sind. So, ich meine, man muss doch auch wissen, man muss ja nicht der größte Spiritualist sein oder so, aber man weiß doch, ey, wenn ich jetzt hier sitze, über Wochen lang und Sachen und immer, sagt man nicht, weißt du, eine schwangere Frau, wie bei dir auch, ne? So, ey, die letzte Zeit gerade ruhig und schön und lass dich nicht stressen und versuch ein bisschen so Füße hoch und.
Das sind doch eh keine Seelen.
Ja.
Ja, Seelen doch eh
Aber sitzt da, Alter, und erzählt die, weißt du, und muss da, oh Gott, weißt
Kind
du.
doch in die gleichen Verhältnisse reingeboren. Sie hat ihre Seele verkauft und bleibt so ein Kind. Geht's anders?
Nee.
Die Seele von dem Kind hat sich das auch so ausgesucht, da reinzukommen.
Sure, he's the bad guy, but it's like, we're really acting like we don't understand why he was mad about that? Hey, you're acting like you don't understand why he's mad that he found out that she was banging her personal trainer? And I mean, come on, dude. So, but let's talk about Usher here a little bit, because here, real quick though, if you guys needed a recap on something, Usher said he was never going to get into politics. That's what he said. He said that. Okay, he doesn't do politics. But then suddenly, after Homeland Security raided Diddy's place, suddenly he's like, listen, okay, anyone who votes for DT is a racist. They're all, where'd that come from? And then Snoop Dogg is all, anyone who votes for DT is a racist. You know, I thought you said that you love DT because he pardoned Harry O. He's all, I don't remember saying that. They're all, well, here we have.
Usher der Bodyguard von Puff Daddy, der hat ja auch hier, wird auch oft eingeladen zu verschiedenen Sachen und gibt sich aus und spricht sehr ausgiebig über die Sachen und die Zeiten von früher. Der hat auch gesagt, dass der Usher zum Beispiel überhaupt gar nicht zu tun braucht, weil Usher ins Krankenhaus geliefert werden musste, weil er hinten raus Probleme hatte. So. Blut und das und hier und hast du nicht gesehen, konnte nicht mehr sitzen und so. Und dann mussten sie ihn ins Krankenhaus mitbringen. Und das ist das, was er mit seinen eigenen Augen mit beobachtet hat. Und die haben ihn schon auch öfters versucht, so zum Schweigen zu bringen, dass er. Manche andere sind nicht mehr hier unter uns. Und die Bodyguards, die irgendwie versucht haben, am Leben zu bleiben, die haben die ganze Zeit ihren Mund gehalten über bestimmte Sachen. Und die kommen jetzt auch immer mehr ins Tageslicht und sprechen ganz offen und ehrlich darüber. Und Bieber, weißt du, Justin Bieber, genauso ein Sexspielzeug von Puff Daddy gewählt. Der hat mit diesem kleinen Jungen oder heute, ihr seht ja, wie gestört auch der jetzt ist. Das ist das, was ist, wenn als kleiner Mensch sexuelle Sachen dir angetan werden und so und du darüber nie richtig wegkommst und so. Das sind die Leute, die greifen dann zu Drogen und werden dann die richtigen Weirdos in ihr Leben. Guckt euch Justin Bieber an. Guckt euch ihn an. Guckt euch Usher an. Ja, Usher versteckt sich die ganze Zeit, ne? Aber der hat auch ist in Krankenhaus eingeliefert worden, weil er Hinternprobleme hatte. Das musst du dir mal reinfahren, ne?
Recording of it. He's all, no, I didn't say that. It's like, oh, no, you said that. You absolutely said that, Snoop. He's like, well, things have changed. They're all, is the thing that changed that somewhere on those tapes that they seized, you are doing something real bad that you don't want your wife to know about? He's all, nah, man. I've never even seen Diddy before. They're all, you guys have done a song together. He's all, I don't remember that. I don't remember any of those things, So, But yeah, so one thing we know now for sure is that Neo and Usher were there when Diddy beat her up. So there's that. There's that. Now, one thing I will say is this, dude. Okay. In front of dinner guests, Mr. Combs hissed at Miss Ventura in a screaming whisper, forcefully punched her in the stomach, causing her to double over in invisible pain, crying. Miss
Was ist das hier jetzt, Alter? Guck mal, machen Sie mir mal einfach mein Dings aus. Naja, ist wahrscheinlich wieder zu viel Wahrheit hier drin, ne? Es ist ein Fehler aufgetreten. Bitte versuch es noch einmal. What the hell? Bro, I don't know what this type of shit is, aber du siehst wieder, ne? Wir sprechen wieder über ganz tiefe Sachen und diese Sachen sollen alle nicht so viel Beachtung finden. Aber finden sie trotzdem. Ja, Leute, ich hoffe, ich habe euch nicht zu sehr geschockt mit den Scheiß hier an diesem Abend. Aber bevor ich mir das alleine angucke und mich hier alleine sitze und mir die Haare reiße, habe ich euch dazu geholt, damit ihr mal sehen könnt, einfach, was für eine ekelhafte Welt wir weiterhin leben. Auch wenn die Schlagzeilen nicht jeden Tag und nicht immer. Obwohl, doch, Diddy ist ja jeden Tag, ist ja jeden Tag neu. Und ich bin jetzt aber auch nicht so, dass ich jetzt hier jede Sache von ihnen da covern werde und so, weil ihr kriegt das selber mit. Das ist mir auch nicht so wichtig. Aber so bestimmte Highlights und bestimmte Sachen, worüber man mal kurz mal sprechen muss, die werde ich auf jeden Fall einmal rauspicken und rausdingsen. Ne? Ansonsten wünsche ich euch einen schönen Abend und ja, so, wir sehen uns auf jeden Fall das nächste Mal wieder, wenn es wieder heißt, hier gibt es irgendwas Krasses zu bequatschen. Peace, Love and Light und bis zum nächsten Mal.